Proverbs chapter 21 in the King James Version, followed by the Amplified Bible. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. An high look and a proud heart and the plowing of the wicked is sin. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of every one that is hasty only to want. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. The way of a man is froward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is right. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. The soul of the wicked desireth evil, his neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise, and when the wise is instructed, he receiveth knowledge. The righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked, but God overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness. Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. A gift in secret pacifieth anger, and a reward in the bosom strong wrath. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but the destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness, and honor. A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty, and casteth down the strength of the confidence thereof. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Proud and haughty scorner is his name, who dealeth in proud wrath. The desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor. He coveteth greedily all the day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. The sacrifice of the wicked is abomination, how much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind? A false witness shall perish, but the man that heareth speaketh constantly. A wicked man hardeneth his face, but as for the upright, he directeth his way. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. The king's heart is like channels of water in the hand of the Lord. He turns it whichever way he wishes. Every man's way is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs and examines the hearts of people and their motives. To do righteousness and justice is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice for wrongs repeatedly committed. Haughty and arrogant eyes and a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked, their self-centered pride is sin in the eyes of the Lord. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance and advantage, but everyone who acts in haste comes surely to poverty. Acquiring treasure by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor, the seeking and pursuit of death. The violence of the wicked will return to them and drag them away, like fish caught in a net, because they refuse to act with justice. The way of the guilty is exceedingly crooked, but as for the pure, his conduct is upright. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop on the flat roof exposed to the weather than in a house shared with a quarrelsome, contentious woman. The soul of the wicked desires evil like an addictive substance. His neighbor finds no compassion in his eyes. When the scoffer is punished, the naive observes the lesson and becomes wise. But when the wise and teachable person is instructed, he receives knowledge. The righteous one keeps an eye on the house of the wicked, how the wicked are cast down to ruin. Whoever shuts his ears at the cry of the poor will cry out himself and not be answered. A gift in secret subdues anger, and a bribe hidden in the pocket strong wrath. When justice is done, it is a joy to the righteous, the upright one, in right standing with God, but to the evildoers it is disaster. A man who wanders from the way of understanding, godly wisdom, will remain in the assembly of the dead. He who loves only selfish pleasure will become a poor man. He who loves and is devoted to wine and oil, olive oil, will not become rich. The wicked become a ransom for the righteous, and the treacherous in the place of the upright. They fall into their own traps. It is better to dwell in a desert land than with a contentious and troublesome woman. There is precious treasure and oil in the house of the wise, who prepare for the future, but a short-sighted and foolish man swallows it up and wastes it. He who earnestly seeks righteousness and loyalty finds life, righteousness, and honor. The wise man scales the city walls of the mighty and brings down the stronghold in which they trust. He who guards his mouth and his tongue guards himself from troubles. Proud, haughty, scoffer are his names, who acts with overbearing and insolent pride. The desire of the lazy kills him, for his hands refuse to labor. He craves all the day long and does no work, but the righteous willingly gives and does not withhold what he has. The sacrifice of the wicked is detestable and offensive to the Lord. How much more acceptable and insulting can it be when he brings it with an evil intention? A false witness will perish, but a man who listens to the truth will speak forever and go unchallenged. A wicked man puts on a bold face, but as for the upright, he considers, directs, and establishes his way with the confidence of integrity. There is no human wisdom or understanding or course that can prevail against the Lord. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but deliverance and victory belong to the Lord.